So in this session, we will be discussing about the variables and how to assign value to the variables. So in accordance to this particular session, we will get to know what are variables and what are all the different ways to name a variable, how to assign a value in Python, how to do the decrement and increment and decrement operations in Python, and how do you declare a variable using an underscore. So these are all the most important interview concepts in Python when they ask you about variables. So normally, what are variables? Variables are the memory location to store values. When we create a variable, we reserve some space in memory. Based on the data type of a variable, the interpreter allocates the memory. So in order to store the values, we need the memory allocation. So variables plays that particular role. When we create a variable, we actually reserve some space in the memory, and thereby based on the data type, that memory allocation happens. For an example, let me show you a code. Let's say s is equal to I am a Pythonist. So in my memory, I need some particular area such that I can store this word I am a Pythonist. So this is called as an object value. And this yes actually refers to that object value. So the memory address of this I am a Pythonist will be stored in yes. So yes actually contains the memory address of I am a Pythonist. So thereby that memory address will point to the value I am a Pythonist. So there is something called stack and heap memory allocation in Python, which I will explain you in the memory allocation part. So in this you need to know every variable contains some value, and that particular value's memory ID will be stored in that particular variable. So here, if you take this variable s is equal to I am a Pythonist, so which is called as an object or an object value, that is nothing but I am a Pythonist. This is actually a object or object value, and this yes is refers to the reference value, and this yes actually contains the memory address of the object. So in Python, everything is an object, and every object has an object value, every object has an object ID, and every object has a data type. So what is an object? Again, object is a value. For example, if I am a Pythonist, if you take this is actually object value. This object has a value, and it has an ID. It refers to the memory location where this particular word gets stored, and again it has a data type, like which data type it refers to, whether it is an integer, float, or a string. So in order to know a data type for any variable, say s is equal to hi, to know the memory location, just use the keyword ID, and thereby we pass that particular variable, we will get that particular ID. And similarly, if you want to know the data type, it's more easier. Again, you can type by giving the keyword type, such that the data type of the particular variable, which is a string, will be displayed. So this is how the variables play a significant role in containing the data, in holding the memory address of that particular object value. So variables are the memory locations to store values. When we create a variable, we reserve some space in memory. Based on the data type of a variable, the interpreter allocates memory. When this is the scenario, like what are all the different ways of naming a variable? Let's discuss on it. Let me clear this. So this is again one of the most important interview questions when you go for any multiple choice questions, or when you attend any multiple choice questions in Python. You can actually expect this particular question with lots of options, and you have to choose the correct answer, like what are all the scenarios, in what are all the different ways that you can name a variable. Let's see how to do that. So as per the analysis here, based on the data type of a variable, the interpreter allocates a memory. The naming convention, a variable name should start with a letter or the underscore. It should start with a letter or you can start with underscore. You cannot start with a number. The variable name can contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. And a variable name is again a case sensitive. As per the first point, variable name should start with a letter or underscore. Say like a is equal to 1. It should start with a letter, or we can also write abc is equal to 1. It can start with letter or a group of letters, or else sometime a variable name can also start with an underscore. So say underscore a is equal to 2. So a variable name can also start with an underscore. And next thing is like a variable name cannot start with a number. For an example, 2a is equal to 345. So a variable name cannot start with a number. So this is what it actually says. It's an invalid syntax. A variable name cannot start with a number. It can start with a letter or an underscore. Next thing is a variable name can contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. Alphanumeric characters. So alphanumeric characters are a combination of letters and numbers. So A123B is equal to hello. Let me try to run this. It actually contains letters as well as numbers. Yes, it is executable. And it can contain underscores also. For an example, we can write it as A underscore B underscore 123. It is again executable. And a variable name is again case sensitive. For an example, we can say like, for case sensitive, A is equal to 123. This is one scenario where I make A as 123, and another scenario, let me make it as a capital A. Capital A is equal to 234. Let me run this. Now when I try to print capital A, I'll be getting this A output alone, and when I try to print small a, I will get the output 1, 2, 3 alone. So this evidently shows that variables are case sensitive. So this is how we actually name a variable. So it should start with a letter or the underscore. It cannot start with a number. It can contain alphanumeric characters and underscores, and a variable name is again a case sensitive. So the next concept that we're gonna see for the day is about variable declaration. So these are all the various ways that we declare a variable, and here Python is actually a dynamically interpreted language, such that we don't want to declare a variable explicitly with its data types. Like say like int a is equal to 10, we don't want to declare it. If you give a is equal to 10, by default it will understand that it is an integer. But how we can declare a variable in a multiple ways. This is a simple way of declaring a variable. Say a is equal to 10. But when I want to declare something like a comma b comma c is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, whether it is possible? Yes, evidently it is possible. So it automatically takes a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, and c is equal to 3. So this is how it actually comes. And sometimes I don't want to give a name for a second variable. Say like a underscore. Yeah, even this is possible. So the second value does not have any name. So now when you try to print C, let's see what happens. You'll get automatically 3 will be given. So this is how we can build. We can actually print multiple values using multiple variables in a single multiple assignment concept. Next, about increment and decrement operators. So normally in other programming languages we have increment and decrement operators, whereas in Python we don't have that. How do we do the increment and decrement operation? Is like there are two ways. One is like, for example, a is equal to 100 or a is equal to 1000. Next time if you want to increment a, you can write a is equal to a plus 1 and then try to print a. This is the way we actually do the increment and decrement operations. So automatically we'll get 1001, but there is also another way which we'll be widely using. We can also write this particular statement. You can also write this particular statement, a is equal to a plus 1 as a plus is equal to 1. So how we write this is, this particular format is like, first we should have a variable. First we need a variable, followed by we will be having the operator sign. Then we'll be having equal to symbol, then followed by the increment or a decrement value. So this is how actually we write an increment or decrement operator. For an example, I'm just writing a replacement for this a plus 1 in a decrement way, a. Next I should have variable a, and what is the sign? Actually it is an operator sign. Operator sign is, now I'm going to do the decrement operation. So minus equal to sign 1. So I'm giving this a, and now I'm going to print a. So I should get, actually here the output of the a is 1001. So here it decrements by 1000 because I'm just subtracting 1 and I'm printing a. So evidently I get 1000. So this is how the increment and decrement operations happen in Python.